Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips, get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Andrew G, and welcome to episode 27 of my podcast, The Public Affair. I'm really excited that we're on episode 27. Thank you guys all for your support in this podcast. It really means a lot to me, and I hope everybody's having a really good 2021 right now. Hey, even though we're recording before 2021, but when this episode comes out, anyway. Okay, so before we get started with my very special guest, I want to give a shout out to a few of our sponsors of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Arjon Painting with my boy Juan Arjon. He's a family-owned local paint company, specializes in residential homes, both interior and exterior. He'll offer you the best quality guaranteed. So if you need any paint jobs done to your house, make sure you call Juan Arjon on the number on the screen. To Midway Nutrition with Marcos Cordero. He sells meal replacement shakes, tons of different flavors. Midway Nutrition is actually located on Hewitt Drive. You can go to him for a healthier meal replacement for those shakes, and also for some fitness and health advice. Also shout out to Waco Nutrition and Energy on Spades. Thank you so much, Marcos Cordero, for sponsoring The Public Affair. To B&J Refinishing with Frank Biza. He focuses on resurfacing bathtubs, counters, sinks, tiles, and more to original showroom quality. 5-year warranty on most work and offers the best prices in town. So if you guys need any of that work done, make sure you hit up Frank Biza with B&J Refinishing on the number on the screen. To Cotown Tint with Frank Biza as well. He's a mobile tint detailing business, offers the best high quality film and products, and will be all competitor prices. So if you need some tints done, make sure you hit up my boy Frank Biza with Cotown Tint on the number on the screen. To Pollo Box and Audio with Jeffrey Monreal. He focuses on installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems, and he also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more. He also just put an Apple Play car stereo in my car, and I absolutely love it. Big shout out to Jeffrey Monreal. He's kind of a jack of all trades, so make sure you guys hit him up for absolutely anything on the number on the screen. And to Crossroads Realty with Tony Garcia. He's a local real estate agent. He'll help you buy a home, sell your home, and he services Waco and all the surrounding areas, so make sure you hit him up for all your real estate needs. Tony, thank you for sponsoring this episode. More to come later. All right, guys. So I'm really excited about this episode. I met this guy maybe just a month or two ago, if it's even been that long. And so I've been watching his hustle on social media, and I just knew I wanted to invite him onto The Public Affair. I had the chance to check out his store, Hype Waco, and I was actually kind of impressed. I had a little 90s vibe. I don't know if that's what he was going for, but that's the vibe I got. I want everybody to help me introduce Ryan Serrano to The Public Affair. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Did I say your name right?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Are you related to Serrano's Carnita?
No.
No, okay.
I actually have no Serrano relatives.
Oh, okay. Because they sponsor The Public Affair too, and I just, with that boy.
all of my family is actually from DFW area.
Oh, really?
And the Lockhart area.
And then you're from here?
Well,
we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. But thank you for coming on. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
You know what? As of the recording of this episode, it is 9 o'clock in the morning, and we've never recorded this early in the morning, but Ryan's got some things going on today. So we're like, all right, let's get you in now. And I was off of my other job and all that, so I was like, let's do this. And I'm actually very much a morning person. Like, I was up at 5:30. So.
We talked about it. You're hyper.
You're hyper
in the morning.
But you know what? Damn it. I ate pizza last night with my friends at Soko Soccer Academy, and I feel bloated as shit. So I'm really trying to just suck it in. You know what I mean? Because I keep telling everybody that I lost weight. So it's
I don't think they'd pay attention.
Well, I pay attention, and it's terrible. Okay, so Ryan was very simple in his amenity. You know, I don't shout out anybody's amenities anymore, which I have been forgetting to do. But a lot of people are telling me that they really like it when I do that. So Ryan was simple and just wanted wild cherry Pepsi. I couldn't just find one bottle of wild cherry Pepsi.
It's crazy because you found a 6-pack, and I can't ever find a 6-pack.
Oh, dog, Walmart on Sun Valley. What are you talking about? It was right there, $2.50. I was like, oh, boom.
I actually had somebody that went and looked for me yesterday, and they couldn't find it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they found cherry Dr. Pepper instead.
Ugh. Well, I don't drink soda anymore. So, I mean, now when I did drink soda, Pepsi was my shit.
I only drink soda at the store.
Oh, really?
I drink tea everywhere else. So.
Well, I'm sure it's simple. So, but yeah, You know, and you mentioned that. I think you mentioned that you don't drink. Do you not drink, or you don't smoke, or which one did you mention?
So I don't smoke, and
Okay.
the only way I'll drink is if I'm at home.
Okay.
I won't drink
Oh,
out.
really?
I won't drink it at a friend's house or anything.
Why is that?
I grew up like in a, I don't want to say rough, but
Oh, okay.
my parents were alcoholics growing up.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh, yeah.
lived that life of partying every day. And,
Yeah.
and so
Say no
it
more.
just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
My dad was tragically killed while he was drinking. So
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
That was
Yeah.
one of those things where I have 2 kids, you know, and I don't want my kids to grow up the same way that I had to grow up.
Right.
And drinking just isn't.
Yeah. So when you
not for
do
me.
drink at the house though, is it just like moderate, or like is it like a wine, or is it a beer, or what is it?
No,
Or you be drinking hard liquor?
Yeah, my favorite thing to drink is Crown Apple.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But as soon as I start feeling it, I'm done.
Yeah.
Even if I still have some, I'll pour it out.
Oh, so you know your limits.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's
Yeah.
good. A lot of people don't.
No, I've actually never been drunk.
Really?
I've never been drunk.
You're missing out.
No, I'm not.
You want to have some bomb sex, you go get drunk.
No, I'm good. Like I need to control myself and remember it.
Yes, you know what? And that is very good though, because we've talked about it on the show. And I just think there's some people who are not allowed to drink. And then there's some people who can actually like handle their liquor. And I think for you, if you know your limits, that's really great. Me, I haven't really been drunk in a while.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, I miss those days of partying, but I also wasn't one of those blackout drunks.
And
you know what I
it's
mean?
crazy because I've actually never really partied.
Really?
In high school, I never went to any high school
you were a good
parties.
kid?
I never. I wouldn't say a good kid.
Yeah.
It's just like I said. I didn't let the crowd around me influence me to do anything I didn't want to do.
Got you.
So my mind was always long term, not
Yeah.
short term. And
Okay.
I have friends that I went to school with that are locked up or that are no longer here anymore.
Right.
So I just didn't want to be
stuff.
one of those
Okay.
statistic numbers.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I was, you know, I tell my parents all the time I was a really good child in high school because I didn't party either. I went to one party and got home at 4 a.m. I wasn't even drunk, high, nothing. I've never smoked either. So smoking is just cocky to me. Like, ugh. Every time I want to like make out with somebody and then I find out they smoke, I'm like, oh, I'm out. You know what I mean? It's just
I don't have nothing
nasty.
against smoking. Of course, a lot of the people I hang around with, they do. But
Okay.
I've never tried it. I've never smoked. I've never done any type of drug.
Yeah.
I've never, it's just always been.
Same here. I'm happy.
Yeah, me too.
Now, I will tell you though, I've had my drunk moments. All right, sure.
Yeah,
have.
see, I've never done that either.
Sure. You know, I don't want to say you're missing. That was like such a horrible thing to say, but you know, sometimes it's fun. It depends on who you're around, who can handle it, and there's just some people again who because some people get drunk and they want to fight, or they want to cry and talk about depressing shit.
Yeah,
I just want to have sex. Like, so it's just
That's why I can't be in like a bar or something. Because
Yeah.
you get the guys that they get alcohol in their system, they get really cocky.
really rowdy. Mhm.
And
That's
I don't
annoying.
got time for stupidity.
Yeah, I got you. It's terrible.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So Ryan, for anybody who might not know who you are, why don't you talk to us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and all that jazz?
All right, so my name is Ryan Serrano.
Okay.
I own Hype Waco,
Hey,
and
love your store, by the way.
appreciate it.
Sorry, go
it. I was actually born in Fort Worth,
Okay.
but I've lived in Waco majority of my life.
All right.
Um,
Like elementary to graduating, or how did
Yeah.
that-
So
Okay.
I was in kindergarten here through
Okay.
half of my first grade year. I moved to Fort Worth the second half of my first grade year, and then
Okay.
I was right back second grade.
Okay.
So I only spent half a semester in Fort Worth, and then
Yeah.
everything else has been in Waco.
Oh, okay, got you.
So yeah, I started what a lot of people might know as Waco Got Souls before Hype Waco, which was a sneaker apparel and car show that I did for 5 years.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
see, that's why we didn't talk a lot on
No, we didn't. Like when I met you, I was like, just keep it very
Yeah.
minimal, but I do want you on the show, yeah, because
Yeah, so I did that for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I started that in 2015, and then I retired that this year.
Oh, okay.
And the only way I said I'd bring it out is I have one venue that I want to try to get into
Right.
if I come out of retirement for that show.
okay.
And until that happens, there will be no more Waco Got Souls.
Oh, okay.
I'm just solely focused on the store and building the store.
Right.
The money I spend on the shows, I'd rather do on meet and greets and just do free meet and greets for the community.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because you've had like wrestlers and stuff come by the store,
I had,
right? Okay.
So the first meet and greet I ever had was Just In Case. He's SPM's artist.
Oh, okay.
And then I had Lil Flip and Tum Tum come down,
Yeah.
and that was really fun.
I remember Little Flip. I don't know who Tum Tum is.
Yeah, they actually they released an album together. He's from Dallas,
Oh, okay.
and actually one of the guys that I brought to Waco Got Souls, I paid him to perform,
Oh, really?
and he actually showed up with Tum Tum, and I thought that was cool because he just found out like that it was me that they were coming for, and he was like, oh, he brought me out, and
Yeah.
he kind of just came down too, and he just kicked it with us. So that
Okay.
was really cool. And then the latest person I just had was WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long. And cool thing about that is he actually still texts my phone to this day.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Do you love that?
He's just cool, man. I grew up watching him on TV, and to have him just like have that connection, and you know, to where he reaches out and talks to me like on his own time, like that's cool. You know, it wasn't just about a check.
Yeah, I feel you know, me and Frankie J, my favorite singer in the whole entire world, we sometimes very seldomly Instagram message each other. Like I was like, hey, I want you to be on the public affair. He never responds to that, but like if I tell him, hey, great song, he'll respond and shit like that, and I just get all, you know, like jittery because it's my favorite fucking singer in the whole world.
It's like starstruck.
Isn't it? Yeah. Like I saw Ariana Grande in concert. I was like, oh, that's cool. But then when I saw Frankie J in concert, like I was drunk. And I started crying like a fucking bitch. Like I was like, there he is, he's right there.
Oh, so you're one of those people you were just talking about?
No. I mean, like I was emotionally happy. You know what I mean? I was like, he's right there. But then, like, you know, of course, he's focused more. It's not that I don't have a crush on him. He's just my favorite singer.
Right.
So he's more focused on the girls, and the girls are all trying to push me out of the way. I was trying to punch him in the face. Like, yo, get the fuck away from me. Like,
it's crazy because I actually one of the people that a lot of people kind of don't mention or say that is a jerk is I met Tyga at a Drake concert before Drake got super big.
Oh, really?
And I was actually in line to take a picture with Tyga, and they kept pushing the security kept pushing people into the little booth to take the picture.
Oh, wow.
And he like stopped and he was like, look, I'm telling y'all for the last time, stop putting your hands on my fans.
Yeah. Oh, and that's good.
And then he like took the picture with the girl in front of me, and then I went in next. So they did it again.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he goes, hold on just a second.
Oh.
He turned around and he goes, I thought I told y'all to stop putting your hands on my fans.
Yeah.
He was like, I can get anybody else in this building to come and press a button. You think this is a hard job?
Yeah,
I can easily replace you. He was like, don't put your hands on my fan, because the next fan you put your hand on, you're getting out of my booth, and I'll get somebody else to take these pictures.
Oh,
and then he turned around to me and he was like, man, I apologize for that. Like, how'd you like the show? And I was that was crazy.
I know, that's so awesome. They stuck up for you guys. Like, I'd be like, I'm gonna sleep with you now. Like, this is great.
Well, I'll leave that to you.
Well, because you want to know what, even when I saw Frankie J in concert, like sometimes I get it. There's people who are just out of control and stuff, and security. I'm sure security's job is very like tight. You know what I mean? But you really don't have to be an asshole. You know what I mean? You don't. Like, if we're all in orderly fashion, leave it alone.
Not
you know
even
what
just
I mean?
that. I mean, if you're paying money to see these people, I mean, be respectful to them. Because
exactly.
You're getting a portion of the money that he's getting because he's paying you to be there.
Right.
So you're just doing your job.
You know, security's like TSA. They be acting like they the police. Like, yo, relax. Yeah. Okay, with your $9 an hour. Like, I don't want to talk. Anyway.
If that.
If that. Okay. Yeah. Like, y'all act like you really, because you're going to be working for Tiger for like 1 hour, please. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So, where did you graduate high school?
Midway.
Oh, okay, me too. What class?
2012.
Oh, so you're younger than me.
Yes, sir.
No, I don't know why I thought you went to like Waco High or something.
No,
okay.
I went down the university path, man, and that was like nothing against university, but like, man, growing up over there in middle school, it was like you got to act a certain way, or you're bullied every day.
Okay.
Going to Midway, I was like able to be myself, and I found me.
Yeah.
And I think that was like the best decision.
Midway was, you know what? I've had only one other guest on this. No, 2 other guests from the show from Midway: Matthew Adonis and Timo, the rapper, and of course me, but I host the show. So, but you know, like I liked Midway because it was diverse for the most part. Me, like in high school, was not social at all. But I just felt like I probably would have fit in better somewhere like at university, to be honest, because like where I grew up in New York was similar to the people growing up like that went to university. So I feel like I would have fit in more there. You know what I mean? But I have no regrets. My best friend and I graduated from that school and everything. So
I love the school. I've always said if I wanted my kids to graduate from a Waco school, I wanted it to be Midway.
Okay.
I felt like I learned more at Midway than I would have anywhere else.
But see, I wasn't academically smart, so I was like, you know, I want to go somewhere. Listen,
I almost my freshman year, I actually almost failed because Midway is so far advanced from WISD schools.
Yes.
That it's like they're reviewing and I'm learning.
Yeah.
And it's like, you should know this. Yeah. I'm like, no, I went to university. Like, I don't know none of this. Like, what are you talking about?
I felt the same way. I moved here from Miami, Florida, from Hialeah High School, which is like... Okay, and I'll just say this: in algebra class, we were doing fucking vocabulary words. I was like,
"Oh Lord,"
yeah, you know what I mean. So when I come over, I moved to Lorena, the Midway. So when I came over here and we were doing like those equations and shit, it was Chinese.
Yeah, I didn't know none of it.
I was like, I can define parallelogram for you, but I can't, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was the weirdest shit.
That was
that
was tough. Freshman year was tough.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, we graduated from a good school, so whatever. Okay, so life growing up for you, you mentioned earlier that it was a little bit rough. I mean, for the most part, though, was it like that, or I mean, like, what was life for Ryan growing up here in Waco or Fort Worth and whatever?
No. So I don't want to make it sound like, I had a bad childhood.
No,
because
totally
my
not.
childhood was, my parents made sure I had everything I needed
Right.
and wanted.
Right.
I was blessed for that. I was what you would consider like a spoiled kid.
Okay.
But
You got siblings?
I do. I have
Uh-huh.
I have 2 brothers and then I have a sister.
Oh, okay, cool.
But growing up, it was just me and my mom pretty much.
Okay.
My dad passed away when I was 9.
Right.
So
Yeah. Sorry to hear that. Mm-hmm.
that was something that took a toll on it. Me from then until today.
Yeah.
But growing up, I mean, they partied a lot on my younger days.
Okay.
And then my mom finally put down the beer when I told her one day after she picked me up after school.
Yeah.
And she was like, "We got to go to the store."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What for? Your beer already?" And it was like 3:00 in the afternoon.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And from that day, she didn't drink till I was an adult. Like,
Oh, really?
She didn't drink anymore.
Did that like hit her?
Yeah, it hit, because she at that
That's
point
great. Yeah.
at that point she thought that in her mind she looked at me as telling her, "You're an alcoholic and it's a kid," and that's not the route she wanted to go.
Right.
So she would still party and stuff, but she just wouldn't drink. And then after that, it just kind of everything progressed.
Yeah. Like your relationship and stuff.
Yeah,
or-
the relationship with my mom, it definitely progressed. When my dad passed away, the relationship with my mom took a very bad turn.
Okay.
But that was because I'm rebelling,
Yeah.
I don't have that. I didn't have the father figure to stand up and teach me right and wrong. I
Okay.
didn't have the stern, the
Yeah.
firm talks or anything like that. My mom, she's a woman. As a woman, you're only gonna see a woman's side of
Well,
things.
she's more like the nurturing, probably.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Okay.
So we got into it really bad for a couple years.
Yeah.
We got all that out of our system.
Yeah.
And then like my mom is my best friend.
Oh, great.
She calls me like a million times a day.
That's
So-
great. You know what? That's so awesome that you could tell your. I mean, my parents were. I mean, they like my family. Like it's no secret. Like they like back in the day, especially they like to drink and party.
Yeah.
These days, not so much. But I couldn't tell my parents that like at your age and be like, "Oh, really? Another one?" Like they, I pay the bills in this house. Like fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
right.
Then we just like, but us as kids, we were supposed to just stay in the room. You know what I mean?
And see that. So when my house was the party house.
Oh, okay. Oh, word.
I lived on Daughtry Circle, the big house in the middle of Daughtry Circle.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I lived.
Is that in Hewitt?
No, it's
Oh.
actually South Waco.
Oh, South Waco. Okay.
But a lot of people know that street, know that area because usually those 3 houses that make the little circle, they all usually party together.
Oh, really? Okay.
So the house, the big house in the middle was actually the house I lived in growing up.
It sounded like I wanted to go to your house like back in the day.
It was keg parties every day.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
If there's food, I'm there. Like whatever.
food.
Yeah.
Man, I couldn't tell you how many people passed out while there was stuff on the stove.
But that's
and-
annoying, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it gets old.
was,
It gets
it was,
old. Mhm.
It was very bad. I stayed in a room for the most part with like pizza or something, and they partied and did what they did.
Right.
And then, if I wanted something, like I'd come outside and tell my mom, but it's just a group full of people. And
Right.
Beer everywhere. And
Yeah, I feel you.
it wasn't very cool. I'm glad that she grew out of that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm sure, but that's what I'm saying. I'm sure it gets old. Like some people think that, that sounds fun. You know what I mean? Like even like I hated when people came to our house, like when we were younger, and if the cousins had to sleep over and shit, I hated it even more. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, sharing.
I hated sharing. I wasn't like a brat or any. Well, kind of. I was a brat, but like because I hated sharing, and I was also like a clean kid. So my cousins did not like to shower. Like we were kids. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't want to shower. They want to fart. The windows are closed, this and that. And I hated it so much. And then I hated showering after people. Like it was just this whole thing. So I fucking hated it. I couldn't stand it. So when those days were over, I was happy.
Yeah.
Mainly when we moved to Texas.
It's crazy because I didn't growing up. I didn't really have cousins or anything really.
Oh, really?
A lot. Now I had a best friend that like middle school era. He was at my house like every day.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So he was kind of like
his mom would get pissed off at him and be like, "All right, look, you got to come home for at least a day." And he'd go home, and then all we do is play the game together.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, "You're going back tomorrow. Why can't you just spend time?" And he's
Right.
like, "What are you gonna do? Like, what are we doing? You're not even doing anything." So,
I got you.
I did
That's
have a friend
what's up.
that stayed all the time.
All right, Ryan. So I definitely want to talk a little bit about your business. I had the pleasure of going to Hype Waco. I saw it a lot on social media. So I know that there's a lot of rappers and stuff that like to shoot music videos in your store. And when I saw you on social media and that you were the person behind that, I was like, well, let me go check it out. Like, because the clothes and everything kind of caught my attention. This might not be what you're going for, but I kind of got like a 90s vibe when I walked in. So can we talk a little bit about Hype Waco, what it is, your inspiration and all that jazz about this business?
Yeah. So You're correct about the 90s vibe.
Sweet.
It's got the vintage vibe to it
Yes.
for sure. We sell vintage clothing.
Okay.
That's one of the things that like sells for me very well.
Yeah.
It's really in right now.
Yeah.
So it's just I love thrifting myself. So
okay.
a lot of the stuff that we have in the store, like I found it myself. It's no shame to nobody. Like there's so many people doing it right now.
Right.
But it's fun for me because I don't have to charge $80 for a T-shirt
Okay.
that I might have found in Goodwill, for $3 or $4.
Right. Definitely.
Versus buying it from somebody else where they're charging me $10 to $15 a shirt, and it only makes sense for me to charge $40 or $50 to make it worth my while.
I
You know
got
what
you.
I mean?
So would you consider your store like a thrift store for the most part? Or?
I wouldn't say a thrift store because
okay.
like we don't just carry everything.
Right.
And that was a learning process. The whole vintage stuff was definitely a learning process.
Well, I'm sure it's hard to get a hold of a lot of that stuff these days.
It is. It is. And then of course we sell new and used sneakers.
Okay.
The shoes portion, like I said, I did Waco Got Souls since 2015.
Yeah.
And then before that, I had my own collection. I started in 8th grade.
Oh, okay.
So like 08, 09 is when my actual personal collection started.
Right.
And the shoes have just been something I've been like super adamant
Yeah.
and ambitious about.
Okay.
And so I wanted to turn it into a storefront.
So what was Waco Got Souls? I apologize that I've never heard of it. I just, I was a hermit crab back in the days. So you know what I mean?
It's a sneaker apparel and car show. So basically
okay.
we rented out, we started at the Palladium in 2015.
Right.
And it was just about 40 tables of sneakers, like just
Really?
shoes. And
I spit.
people were like, it's a buy, sell, and trade. So you could go and buy shoes from these vendors, or you could sell to them, or trade with them, or however you want to do it.
Yeah.
And then the first show was at the Palladium. Second show was at the Palladium. Second show we added performances. Shout out to Giovanni the King, because without him there would have been no performances.
I talked to him once. He's really nice.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Man.
Yeah,
That's definitely the homie. Even though a lot of people have their own feelings towards him.
Oh, okay.
He's always been super stand up for me. So I mean I can only speak on my experiences.
When I spoke to him, I can tell he's very focused on like what he wants and what he likes, which is a good drive. I could see how people get a little turned off from it, but
Well, they've always told me, and I mean I've told him straight up. A lot of people think that he acts Hollywood. Now don't get me wrong, because when he came into to Waco Got Souls for the first time and has about 20 people of entourage.
Oh, really?
He looked like a celebrity walking into this thing, and but he would see me out and he would never not speak. So, whether he saw me where I was working or at a restaurant, he would make sure to come up and speak to me.
Yeah, definitely.
There was multiple times where he had seen my car and he'd take a video and tag the page on Instagram.
Okay.
So, like, for me, he's never acted Hollywood towards me. Now, I can understand where some people will say that, but that's their personal preference as far. I'm speaking on my
yeah, definitely
experiences with him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't even know. Like, I've never met him in person. We talked on the phone one time.
And he's for me, he's a stand-up guy.
Good for him. Yeah.
I don't have nothing bad to say about him.
Great, yeah. He's doing his thing out there.
Shout out to him. Without him, there would have been no performances at Waco Got Souls. And then 2016 or 2017, one of those two, I added a car show at it.
Okay.
I wanted to do something different. I wanted to try to draw a bigger crowd. And I succeeded.
Cool, yeah.
My first show, I had about 30 cars.
Oh, really?
My second show, I ended up with almost 70.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's crazy.
It was insane.
Yeah.
The jump. But I had cool awards. For the first year, I had championship belts for the car show. Best car club representation. They got a real championship belt. And then I did trophies once. And I was like, I don't like trophies, man. Everybody just throws them away.
Little cliche.
Yeah. And so then I was like, what can I do next?
Right.
And so I contacted Goodwood NYC. And I got plaques in the form of a necklace made.
Oh, wow, that's pretty lit.
So, when they got them, they had to put them on, but it's just a big old plaque on a necklace. Like, it was pretty cool.
Were you the car shows that, like, Zero would come perform at?
No, that's Waco Summer Bash.
Okay. I've never been to any of them. Yeah. I know a friend of mine used to go to see those all the time in Zero. And
no, we weren't as big as Summer Bash, for sure.
You know what? I went to, I think the Waco Summer Bash, was that put on by the radio station?
No.
Okay.
They were part of like sponsorship, but they weren't.
I went to one Waco Summer Bash 10 years ago, and like Baby Bash was there, and I think the headliner was Marcus Houston, if I'm not mistaken, who was great. And remember that rapper Gorilla Zoe? Yeah, okay. I never listened to him. I don't even know why I went to that, to be honest. Like, I think I got invited. But he came, and it was the funniest thing because he looked like he just rolled off a sofa. Like, just wife beater and, like, shorts. You know what I mean? Did his, like, 3 songs.
That's the rapper lifestyle.
did his 3 little songs. It's like, all right, I'm out of here. And, it was so funny to watch, like, okay, all the rappers come, and then Baby Bash was there. And so it was so funny to watch the audience shift. Like, the what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it went from, like, African-American people to Mexican people. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
just
when
different fan bases.
Which I have to say I enjoyed Baby Bash's because I'm a huge fan of Baby Bash.
Right.
So I was out there, I was like, woo! And then, like, when it happened, it just shifted back. I was like, all right.
I've been to, like, 1 or 2 summer bashes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's, I don't know. It
was
1 or 2.
It was cool.
It was cool. It was a cool
Yeah,
experience.
it was like, I mean, I would never go. I mean, I don't listen to rap music. So, like, like, for the most part.
The owner of Summer Bash, or the former owner of Summer Bash, he showed up to the store before the store opened.
Yeah.
We were hanging stuff
Hype
in the
Waco?
store. Yeah, we were hanging stuff in the store.
Yeah.
And I just remember he wouldn't put down his beer.
Oh, really?
He had a whole pitcher of beer and wouldn't put it down.
Well, good for him. Okay, so back to Hype Waco. So, okay, it's a clothing store, and you sell shoes and stuff. And the inspiration behind that was what?
It's just, like I said, the whole Waco got souls.
Okay.
I wanted to do, so I worked at a specific company
Right.
from the time I was 18. So as soon as I graduated, I worked with this company until the time I opened my doors for Hype Waco.
Oh, okay.
And I moved from a regular employee to assistant manager to a first assistant manager to store manager. And basically I was putting in 40 to 60 hours a week. 45 hour minimum is what I had to work.
Yeah.
And then there were some weeks where I was putting almost 60 hours a week in.
Okay.
And I get told, oh, well, everybody else in this store gets a raise except you. And I'm like,
oh, shit.
Yeah, no, I'm out.
I guess we're leaving, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, so don't ask me to work 6 days. Don't ask me to.
Do you want to shout out that company?
No, I don't want to shout that company out. I actually have never stepped foot back in that door since I walked out.
That's a little shitty, though, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, we had to keep a track record of box counts, how many boxes we put out.
Oh, I know where you worked.
And, like,
we're not
probably,
yeah,
we're not gonna say that.
Yeah,
but,
okay. I've heard.
I was what I put out in a day was what some people were putting out in the whole week.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't get a raise. Like, what are you talking about?
That's not cool.
How do I not get a raise?
Yeah.
So, I told them on a 3-day notice. I went in on a Monday. I did a conference call and I was like, hey, I need you to give me a call back when we're done. And she was like, okay. Well, I saw the phone ringing. I told my assistant, I was like, hey, tell her I'll call her back when I get back from lunch. So I went back. I went home. And so I kind of can go into how Hype Waco was funded. I don't have a problem with that.
Right on ahead, yeah.
But I got a check in the mail.
Okay.
And then I'll go back. I'll backtrack and tell you.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
But
I'm interested in how you quit this job.
I got a check. I got a check in the mail that I knew was coming on Monday.
Okay.
So I waited to go home and make sure I got it.
Right.
Took it to the bank. Went back, called her, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Thursday's my last day. And she was like, you can't work till through the weekend. I was like,
This
Friday,
bitch.
Saturday are covered. I said, I'm taking my kids out of town, and then I'm not coming back. Because when I come back on Monday from out of town, then I'm looking for a location, and I'm getting my own business started. And she was like, huh? And I was like, yeah, I'm out. Like, I'm not staying here. So I worked through Thursday, and then I didn't even stay all day. I literally walked in.
At that point, you're just like, fuck this.
Yeah, I walked in, and I was like, man, I don't even want to be here. So she told me to turn my keys in, so I turned my keys in.
Okay.
And then the lady I turned them into, she was like, hey, can you get her fitting room? And I was like, I'm not here for you. I'm not doing what you want me to do.
Right.
Like, I was told.
Y'all got me really fucked up.
I was asked to do something specifically today. Like, I'm not going to go and be your little maid and run around and do no, you can go do that yourself.
Yeah.
And she was like, you can't go get a fitting room. I was like, 1, I don't have a key. 2, no. And I just continued doing what I was doing.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm not even doing this. So I put it up and I was like, I'm out. I'm leaving. And I just I clocked out and walked out. And that was the last time.
You said a fitting room?
Yeah, a fitting room.
Okay, so I don't know where you worked.
Okay, well,
I thought I had an idea. We don't
I'll tell you where it was after.
Tell the fans.
No.
Yeah, make it juicy, Ryan.
No shout out for that company.
Okay.
A lot of people know me from there. So
really?
they know
I'm going to go do my homework. Everybody go do your homework. We're going to find the fuck out.
It's not going to be hard.
Isn't that great? Okay, so you get your check.
The check actually, so my dad passed away when I was 9.
Okay.
And the original ruling was suicide. And within
because you said it was a car accident, right? Like a drunk driving accident? Is that what you said, or am I
fucking?
No,
okay. No, it wasn't a car accident.
Yeah.
He was drinking. Him and his girl were drinking.
Yeah.
He got into it with some dude at the party over the girl.
Do you want to get into it? We don't have to get into it if you want to. Yeah.
No. It's fine,
yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think of like the best way to put it and like explain it. But so they got into it. Mm-hmm. They ended up leaving.
Okay.
Well, somewhere like right before they got to his house, they swapped drivers.
Oh.
My dad was driving. He swapped to the passenger seat.
Right.
Somehow when they swapped drivers, I'm assuming he got jumped.
Oh, wow.
And they stuffed him in the truck, and she pushed him out and then ran him over twice.
Oh, my God. They ruled that as a suicide?
So, well, that's what the original claim was.
Yeah.
But after investigating it, they said there was no way that he jumped because of the way he was laying on the ground.
Oh, wow.
Well, my grandparents ended up just, they didn't want to deal with it.
Right.
So they closed the case. They just told them, like, let my dad rest,
yeah,
basically.
Just, it's over.
And so it never got followed up with or anything.
Okay.
But the original claim was suicide.
Right.
So then fighting it, when they told me I wasn't getting a raise.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I've been fighting this settlement check because he had life insurance, and when I turned 18, I got only half because of suicide.
Oh,
wow! When somebody commits suicide that has life insurance, you only get 50% of the.
Oh,
original,
really?
Yeah.
I see. I thought it was nothing. I thought you didn't get nothing.
No, you only get 50% of the life insurance.
Oh, wow! Yeah.
So for 6 years, I was fighting it, and then I gave up. And then when I was told I wasn't getting a raise, I was like, no, I'm fixing to fight it and see about getting it overturned.
Yeah, definitely.
So I fought it, and I finally got it overturned.
Okay.
And so they had to release the check, plus it was interest rated
for
all the time that it's been sitting in this account.
Whew.
And so I was like,
so you got your pretty penny.
And instead of blowing it like most people my age would, I invested it.
You invested it. That's good.
And so however people want to look at, it was Hype Waco was handed to me or whatever, like, that's cool. I mean, but my only difference with myself and some other businesses, I actually didn't take any loans out.
Right.
I don't owe anybody money. Everything from then, I spent everything. So I drained everything whenever I started the business.
Right.
And everything that I have to show now has came from the business.
Well, I think you use the money wisely because, like you said, a lot of people our age, like you're what, 27, 28? Okay, because I'm 29. So a lot of people our age don't know what to do with that type of money. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And so, everybody's going to have a little opinion. And it was unfortunate circumstances how you got that. I mean, you lost your dad over. You can't replace that. But, I mean, you started a business. Obviously, the business is doing really well. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I'm sure your dad would want you to invest that type of money in taking care of your own family. You said you have 2 kids.
And that's what I was saying. That's why I did it that way. I wanted to show my kids that you don't always have to work for somebody and you don't have to be made to feel like you're nothing for pennies. When you believe in yourself. I took guaranteed money where I was making good money.
Yeah.
And I took that guaranteed money and I dipped to something that I didn't know how I was making.
Right.
When I opened my doors, my account was drained.
Okay.
So like, I was literally living from day to day to try to do this business.
Right.
So
it was hard at first.
Very hard.
Yeah.
I mean, because you don't have the promotion, you don't have the name, you don't have the credibility.
Right.
To where now it's completely different. You got hundreds of people in a year. I've already reached over 2,000 followers on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're steadily just trying to give back, and show that it's not all about money. I just did something for the family that their house burned down.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I saw that you donated shoes. I didn't hear about the house burning down. Let's talk about that a little bit. I saw on Facebook just a few days ago that you did donate some shoes to a family or the kids.
Yeah.
So what was that house fire? I missed that whole thing.
If I'm not mistaken, it was a house fire that was in Lorena that was on the news.
Okay.
And they lost everything, like literally everything.
Oh, wow.
And I was reached out to by somebody that was putting together some stuff. And I asked him, I was like, so what size shoes do they wear? And he told me, and I was like, I think I have one in each size, at least one in each size.
Yeah.
And I was like, just come pick them up.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't share the picture or anything like
that.
Yeah,
somebody else did.
Yeah. Okay. Because I didn't do it for credibility. I didn't do it for likes. I didn't do it for social media.
Right.
I did it because I'm in a position to where I was able to give back to those families in needs. I have a bunch of shoes myself.
Right.
And people take those materialistic things like for granted, you know, and all that stuff can be taken from you very quickly.
Exactly.
So
scary feeling.
I'm in that position to where I was able to help them.
Yeah.
And they weren't just like, you seen the picture, you know, it wasn't just some Walmart shoes or anything. I mean,
they were really nice shoes, I will say. They were very cute.
I just didn't want it I didn't share it. I didn't share it and I didn't tag myself because I didn't want people to look at it like, oh, I'm just trying to do it
don't you, I know what you're talking about. Don't you hate that? Like when somebody like feeds a homeless person or something and it's like, oh, I fed a homeless person today. You know what I mean?
You're definitely doing it for the likes.
Hey, look, I'm paying for somebody's groceries. Like, you're keep it to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing it for like, I don't know the word, like attention. Like, you know, for sure. Like you want everybody to look at you like you're holier than thou. But it's like, just do it from the kindness of your heart. Like, you know what I mean?
And that's exactly like, I didn't have no intentions of taking a picture or anything.
Right.
And the guy, when he came to pick him up, he was like, can I take a picture? And I was like, yeah, that's cool.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I just want to show the family. Well, I didn't know it was actually going to be posted. And hey, I'm perfectly fine with it being posted.
Don't feel no shame about it. You did something really great out of the kindness of your heart. You donated the shoes. It's not like you said, well, I'll give you these 50% off. Like you donated the shoes. Yeah. I thought that was very kind of you. I mean, listen, it's people are put in these unfortunate situations all the time. Like
in Christmas last year, we gave away 2 or 3 pairs of shoes too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the only way you could get them was actually coming in with the kid, and the kid had to wear them out.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
I got you.
We weren't just giving them to a family that might just want them just to try to go and make a quick buck.
Oh, yeah.
No, I wanted
We've been in that situation.
I wanted to give them to a kid that could wear them.
Right, I got you. And see, that's pretty cool. I'm glad that you did something like that. So kudos to you for doing that. I mean, I saw the picture, and I personally did not think only because I had met you prior. Right. So I didn't think anything of like, oh, you know, look at what he's doing for the clout or whatever. He just did it because it was kind. You know what I mean?
So in 2018, we did the Waco Got Sold. It was back to school.
Right.
We actually gave away about 100 backpacks at that event. Okay. And so before that, though, I had met this kid at this place of business that you're so
that you're not gonna
about.
because I want to know. But he's not gonna tell us everybody's shit.
Nah. So but he came in with his grandma.
Yeah. Okay.
And they were buying 3 pairs of shoes.
Right.
It was a pair of Levi's, And1s, and Pumas.
I used to love some And1s. I did. When I was a kid, I loved And1s. I'm not going to lie.
Well, you're lucky you didn't break an ankle. But anyways.
Well, I wasn't into sports either. But anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't have the story. Go ahead.
But so she asked me how much they were.
Okay.
And I was like, well, how much do you have to spend? And she was like, got like $92.
Yeah.
And her total was like $90.91.
And shoes are expensive. Yeah.
She looked at him and she was like, I'm not going to be able to get your hair cut until the first of the year.
Yeah.
Or the first of the month. The following month. Okay. Which was like a ways away from school starting.
Okay.
And so I had asked him, I was like, so what are your grades like? And he told me, you know, he makes A's and B's. And I was like, do you play any sports? And he was like, no, my family can't afford sports, blah, blah, blah. And she told me that he was being bullied because he doesn't have Jordans or Nikes or name brand shoes.
Right.
You know, he's wearing just whatever he can. And the shoes he had on, he actually had a hole in the toe.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They were really worn out.
Oh, so sad. Ugh.
Well, we finished up right there, and I told him, I was like, look, I got a show this Sunday.
Okay.
If you can please bring him through, I'll get his haircut for free.
Right.
Don't worry about it. I don't want nothing from it. Like, just come out.
And this is the Waco Got Sold show. Okay.
And so they come out on Sunday.
Yeah.
And backtrack. I called Joe Cuts and Benny Blades. I was like, look, man, I got this situation. We got this kid. I know it's supposed to be 12 and under, but he's going in to be a freshman. Like, I need him to get a fresh cut.
Right.
He's like, okay, yeah, I got you. You know, just tell him to show up.
Yeah. Shout out Joe Cuts. I love him.
Yeah,
great guy. Yeah. I don't know Benny Blades, but shout out Joe Cuts.
Second Look Cuts is in general, like their whole crew is cool.
Oh, okay, cool. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so they you know, he came in and he got his haircut and stuff, and I was like, can y'all stick around for a few? And she was like, yeah, you know, do you know about how long? And I was like, give me like 30 minutes.
Okay.
And you know, y'all can go after that.
Right.
And so about 12:30, I went to the stage, and I just told everybody, you know, we're fortunate enough to be where we're at.
Right.
You know, you got tables that have $10,000 worth of merchandise on them, $10,000 worth of shoes. You're walking around in $1,000 pair of shoes.
Okay. Them Louboutins.
Not even Louis Vuittons.
Okay. Not Louis Vuittons, Louboutins, darling.
Oh,
with the little
sorry.
spikes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well,
I've been wanting some. Do you know with the red bottoms?
Yes.
Sorry, I know I interjected, but I've been wanting some so bad. Go ahead.
No.
I do. Well, not the heels, but you know they have men's Louboutins. Okay, yeah. Christian Louboutins.
I couldn't pay that.
Well, I would pay $1,000 for Christian Louboutins just because I don't know, I'm infatuated with them. I don't anyway.
Oh yeah, okay.
Inspirational story and fucking Christian Louboutins. Go ahead.
But so I went to the stage, and I
Yeah.
just kind of told everybody we're fortunate enough, but all this stuff is materialistic and it can be taken away. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, like there's people around us that aren't fortunate enough to have one pair, let alone having 200 to 300 pairs.
Right.
And so I asked somebody, I was like, can y'all go to the back? We got a gift for somebody. And
Right.
they brought out a pair of Jordan 1s. So
Mhm.
I had sent some people up to the Nike outlet to get the little boy a brand new pair of Jordan 1s.
Yeah.
And I was like, we don't got to spend a whole lot, but it's a Jordan, for God's sake. Like,
Yeah.
he can go to school in a pair of J's, not, some N1s or some Walmart shoes.
Or shoes that he's like, toes coming out of the soles. Like
So,
soles in the front.
Shout out Texas Drips. They actually
Okay.
hooked me up with the T-shirt that matched the shoes. So
How convenient.
we basically put him in a whole new fit for his first day of school.
Aw, yeah.
And
I ain't got him a fresh haircut, right?
yeah, fresh
Yeah,
haircut and
well,
everything.
Wasn't making fun of him now.
Nah, So
Yeah.
it's crazy. His grandma came in about a week after he went back to school.
Yeah.
She started crying and she just hugged me and she was like, "Oh my God, if you could have seen like how he was that morning, like this big old smile, like
Yeah.
confidence level was through the roof." And I was like, "I'm glad." Like it's things like that, that touched me because I was able to make a drastic change in that little boy's life.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was something so small as just a pair of shoes.
Right.
And I mean, I got them from the outlet. They didn't cost nothing but like $70. So it's not even super expensive.
Right.
But it was the fact that I was able to put that on his feet and it made a difference.
It's so weird to think too. Like, I mean, I remember being bullied as a kid in school because we didn't have name brand things. And the things that kids get bullied for these days, I mean, just for not having Jordans or Nikes or whatever. So the fact that you're able, like, you are in a position now where you can help change even one kid's life where it's like, I'm gonna give you like one pair of Jordans, you know what I mean? Just go, you wear them every fucking day, like whatever. I mean, if that's gonna help you build your confidence, because a lot of kids, I mean, I feel like that leads to them being, maybe not formidable citizens or maybe even suicidal when they get bullied like that. So the fact that you were able to change that one kid's life for that, that 1 year of school, I mean, that was pretty nice.
Well, and actually, so I don't know if it still continued, but I know throughout the school year. So when I had mentioned everything and I had told the story on stage, a lady stopped them and she was actually paying for his haircut every 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's
So,
nice
like,
because, haircut's expensive.
And she was doing it twice a month.
Oh,
and
wow.
She didn't want nothing from it. She didn't want no recognition, no credibility. And I was like, you know what, though? Like, look at the doors that this show has opened up for this certain individual.
That's so great. And he'll remember that for a lifetime.
Exactly.
Absolutely, yeah.
It was a great moment.
Yeah. Well, I'm so happy that you were able to do that. I mean, that's pretty neat. Speaking of buying and selling shoes, I know that Hype Waco does that a lot. So when I went into your store, which great story, by the way. I don't mean to just be moving on here. Okay, yeah. It touched me. So, okay, I went to Hype Waco to visit your store. Looking around, it's really cute. I noticed that you purchase shoes from people, I guess, that just come in or whatever. And do you resell those shoes or how does that work?
Yeah, so they bring them in. I usually buy on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Okay.
At the time of this taping, it's Christmas time. So I've been a little bit more lenient because, I mean, most of my inventory Mondays and Tuesdays, they're gone Mondays and Tuesdays.
Wow.
So, like, I'm having all these holes, and I don't like holes on my wall. I want my wall filled. I want it full because.
Oh, you mean like missing shoes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like holes.
Yeah, no. Like that's what. Yeah.
You better get some more of that investment money.
No. But
wait, were y'all missing some?
No.
I'm sorry. Good. That was terrible. Oh my god.
But I just don't like looking at the wall and there being spaces.
I got you.
Of missing. Where
That's being OCD, darling.
Yeah. I look at it as you're missing money.
Oh, okay.
Because if somebody comes in.
Yeah.
And you have all these holes, okay, that means your inventory level is low.
Okay,
so
I got you.
They don't have a lot to look at. Versus if you got a full wall, now you have a lot to look at.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I've been a little bit more lenient, but I'm just not buying heavy on a daily basis.
Now, when you say lenient, do you mean like you're giving? Because I think I want to say you gave somebody like $5 one time, for like some shoes or something like that. They looked older shoes. It may have not been $5. I'm not trying to lowball you here. I don't know about that one. It wasn't lowball, but it was a little kid. It may have been 10 or 15. I don't remember.
Actually, when you came in, it was a pair of Vans.
Okay.
And Vans, we only buy them for $10.
It was not $5, guys.
Yeah.
Let me just clarify.
And
He's not going to give you $5 for your shoes.
And the only reason on Vans, we just set our price at $20. So we double our money.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just what we sell them for.
Well, the kid was like, hell yeah, okay, because it was like $10, and he was like, I'm just gonna get something from gas station.
Actually, so on the story, which they won't be able to see it, but maybe I'll send you a picture so you can pop it up on the screen. But
what's the story?
The story from yesterday. So I had a kid bring in this pair of shoes. It's almost a $400 pair of shoes.
Okay.
He wore them one time to a party,
right,
and got mud all over him.
Oh wow, really?
He walked in. He was like, "Just give me $20, man. I just like they're out of there." And I was like, $20? That's all you want? And he was like, "Yeah. Oh, and you can have these ones too."
Yeah.
So he got 2 pairs of shoes for $20. Now that's his price.
Right.
We got shoe cleaner. It's just mud.
Yeah.
Like this $400 pair of shoes cleaned up so well. I ended up taking the shoe home. Like,
oh wow, are you serious?
Yeah.
I think you gave him $20.
That's what he asked for.
Okay, look, so I want you to do something for me. I just bought these really cute shoes. I took my shoe off, but my feet do not stink, all right? I bought these really cute Nikes, and they were $250, and I've never spent that much on a shoe, but like when I saw these at Foot Locker, I was just like, you know when like you turn around and you're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. And as soon as you told me the price, I put them on my my work receipt or whatever. But anyway, how much if I said, okay, Hype Waco, I want you to, how much would you give me for this shoe?
So see, you're going into, you got to look every shoe up because not every shoe has the same resale value.
But excuse me, these are Andrew G's Nikes, like from the Public Affair. What are you talking about? I want 300.
Well, we're starting at $20.
Can you look at the shoe and tell me what kind of shoe it is?
Yeah,
I don't even fucking know.
It's a Vapor Max.
A Vapor Max? Okay, yeah. I didn't know. I just they were really cute. It's the blue Nike that sold me.
Yeah, and the iridescent on the toe.
It's
cool.
What is it?
Iridescent.
What does that mean?
Like when you change it, it's got like that.
Oh, it's like a little rainbow. Look at that. Listen, they were just cute. All right. Okay, so you can.
So roughly, Vapor Max is what I sell Vapor Maxes in the store for. Okay. It's anywhere from $60 to about $100.
Okay, we're gonna keep this right here for the rest of the show.
Yeah. So that's typically what we sell them for.
Right.
Vapor Max are overpriced in my opinion.
Okay, so you would give me about $50 for these?
Probably.
Yeah, because I spent when I got these, the guy at Foot Locker was like, yeah, you're buying the most expensive shoe. Oh, look, it says Vapor Max right there. He says you're buying the most expensive shoe in the store. And I was like, they're just cute. Like, I don't even fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, blessed to be in that position, of course, because back in the day, there was no way I could afford these.
For sure.
For sure. My parents would have been like, fuck that. Like, Walmart. My mom bought me boots when we were at, funny story, when we were kids, we didn't have like money to buy like the nice clothes either. So we would get our clothes from Walmart. And so my mom took us to get boots because, we lived in New York, so it would snow all the time.
Yeah.
And she got us steel toe boots. And she was like, just tell everybody in school that they're Timberlands.
Oh,
and,
man.
And I was like, that's not going to work. And it didn't fucking work, Mom. Okay. Okay. So $50 and I paid $250. That's really nice to know, Ryan. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's business. I get it. Yeah. So, and I'm not going to, that's disgusting that I put my show. I'm so sorry about that. But when I bought it, and plus the guy who sold them to me was like really cute. I mean, if he ever sees this, that's why I was like, yeah, let me get you.
He was at Foot Locker?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to figure out who this is.
I was like, let me get you a little commission here. No homo, I'm just saying. Like, I was like, yeah, I'll buy those. You know what I mean? I was gonna buy them for work, and then I was like at my job at the time because. Yeah, my job.
I definitely wouldn't buy a $250 pair of shoes
for work. No, yeah. So now I just wear these like every day. Like I don't know. I don't like to buy shoes.
Vapor Maxes are pretty comfortable for what
these are really comfortable and they're cute and they go everything. So I fuck with them. So,
I actually don't own a pair of Vapor Maxes, but I've heard they're very comfortable.
They're really good. Yeah, they are worth the money. Do you just sell used shoes or do you sell brand new shoes too? I think
no.
You sell new shoes too.
Yeah, I actually sell brand new shoes. Like as the time of this videotaping, the Jordan 13 Black and Royals come out today.
Okay.
Actually, as soon
as today,
literally today.
Okay.
So when I leave here, I actually got to go pick up a few pairs for the store. But
wow.
Thankfully, blessed again, like you said, I'm completely sold out. So like,
oh wow,
I'm going to pick them up.
Okay.
But they're gone already.
So how many of those do you buy to resell?
This one I only got 2, but on the Jordan 11s last week I had almost 20 pairs.
Oh wow.
So
listen, I've never owned a pair of Jordans in my life. I like Timberlands and Nikes.
We're gonna have to change that.
I don't know, because I always said I would never spend more than $100 on a pair of shoes, and I think Jordans go for like 200, right, or something like that.
You just spent $250 on
excuse me,
Vapor
but that's what I'm saying. When I went to the store and the guy was cute, and then I was like there, and I really was getting this other pair of Nikes, honestly, that were like $80, right?
I'm making sure to tag everybody that works at Foot Locker.
Tag him. I want you to see. I got you that fucking commission, okay? And he saw me later on, and he was like, hey, I know you. You're that guy that bought shoes. Like, yeah, that's me. You know what I mean? But I didn't buy anything else. But no, I always said I would never spend more than $100 on a pair of shoes. But when I saw these, they just caught my eye. Like when I bought my boots for Mexico, I meant to go get $100 ostriches, like the fake ones. And I saw them Stingrays. They were $350. Shout out to Big Ranch Western Wear. Gave me a little deal. And they just just caught my eye because they were shiny, they were cute, they were sleek. I had to make sure I go to Mexico and show out, you know what I mean? Which ended up getting banned, but whatever. And so
now I'm curious on this story.
I told it before. I went over there and made out with somebody. It was my best friend's wedding. And I went over there and made out with somebody. And apparently in that town, you can't be gay. So no, I don't know who found out. I think it was the guy's girlfriend or the girl that he was making out. I don't fucking know. Listen, I was drunk. It was a hot ass mess. And I went over there and all we did was really like make out. We snuck away to the woods and whatever, you know, between us. Yeah. Cute between us. Yeah. And so when I got back, I just keep it real short because I did tell this story. But the guy who I was friends with met a girl out there, and the girl called him when we got back to Texas, like the next day. And she told him everything. Like, he's like the talk of town. Like, everybody's saying that he's a whore. He's this, he's that. He turned that guy gay, this and that. And he was like, what did you do in Mexico when you got lost? And I was like, I snuck out with this guy, and he was cute, and I was cute. And, you know, his little girlfriend left, and we were feeling each other. And that was it. Like, you know what I mean? And that was it. It was like, you know, like a wintertime fling. Yeah. So, whatever, you know? So I think I can go back now, though, because my friend, shout out to my best friend, Jaime and Lupita. They're like the king and queen of that town. So, like, what they say goes. You know, everybody knows their family and everything. So they cleared that shit over.
I wouldn't chance it. Mexico's...
Yeah, I was a little nervous that when I get back, I might get, like, beat up or something. But like I said, my friend and his wife are the king and queen of that town. Like, their whole family. Like, when we got to Damian Carmona, shout out Damian Carmona, in San Luis Potosí, he said, the first thing he said to us, like, everybody knows our family here. So if anybody fucks with you guys, you let us know. I was like, bet. So I felt invincible. And that guy was cute. You know what I mean? So, but apparently I didn't realize, you know, in that town, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Because it's such a small, like, pueblo town.
Well,
and
I guess you live and you learn, right?
Listen, I have no regrets. He was a good kisser.
So...
Oh, Lord. He was a good kisser. I was going to bring him back to the United States and we were going to have family, but whatever. Anyway. So, hey, okay, so you do sell new shoes, and so you got the new pair of Jordans. So you're going to like reorder them to sell more? Like, do you think those are in demand? I don't know anything about Jordans, so.
I always try to tell everybody I got 48 hours to get out of the new releases.
Okay.
So if that shoe releases on a Saturday, they become first come, first serve, usually on Monday.
Right.
So you have 48 hours to get out of them. And if
what does that mean, get out of them? Like,
so like get rid of my pairs.
Okay.
Because if nobody's gonna come and pay my prices
like
if they're sitting if they're sitting at the mall. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you gonna pay more, which what I sell them for?
Yeah.
When you can go buy them retail.
So do you sell them for a little bit more at your store than you do at the mall, or is yours,
so like the 13s that come out today, I sold them for $250 a piece.
Okay.
They retail at $190 plus tax is $205.68. So I'm making like $46 or $44 profit off. After taxes.
But you know, you're a local owned business. You know what I mean? And if people want to support you and they want the Jordans that bad, they'll get them. Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Exactly. I would buy a PS5 from you for like $600. Y'all trying to sell me a $1,000 PS5? You can just suck my dick because I'm not gonna do that.
People ask me why I didn't try to jump on that and pre-order the PS5 and the Xbox.
It's annoying, isn't it?
I don't want to deal with it.
And I don't like to get games when they first come out, like systems. Like my best friend bought me the Nintendo Switch. The first one he bought me, somebody stole me. Like we had sex and he stole it from me. But he bought it for me, and then I didn't play it for like 6 months because I didn't have any games. You know what I mean? So I was like, whatever. Okay. So you know what? I really am happy to hear like that. So Hype Waco, how long has it been open?
We opened October 5th of 2019.
Okay, so it's been a little over a year. Business is going good for the most part.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I love your little store. Like I said, I've watched like rappers and stuff come into your store, and I think that's really good publicity for you too.
Yeah, it's cool. So we started out where we played locals only. So we wouldn't play no mainstream music. Now, I've changed it a little bit.
Okay.
There's locals on the playlist now.
Right.
It's not all locals.
Yeah,
anymore,
I got you.
But there's still a ton. There's more locals than there are mainstream.
Okay.
But basically what I did is I kind of went through and I kind of edited the track list.
Yeah.
And
so it plays a little bit of everything.
It might hurt somebody's feelings, but it is what it is.
Oh.
There's a lot of these artists that, you know, we're sitting here and we're playing your music for free. We're not charging you anything for it. There's so much publicity because I'm getting hundreds of people that come into my store a week.
Right.
And there's all this publicity, but I can't even get these artists to step foot in the store. So you want me to support y'all, but then y'all don't even support us.
Okay.
So it was one of those things as to, I'm going to go and...
Don't you hate business?
I'm going to go and I'm just changing it. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all aren't paying me. Y'all aren't putting anything in my pocket to help you proceed or progress in your career. And then, but I can't tell you how many times I had people come in and Shazam somebody's music or follow them on Spotify or, anything. But as a local artist, you think that, oh, it's just a local store. It's not that big.
Listen.
Nobody's doing anything. Nobody's checking us out.
Exactly.
And we've had witnesses of that, that these people do come in and listen. They do ask questions.
Yeah.
They do want to know who these people
There's
are.
some really great local artists here in town. But as like I was explaining to somebody earlier, like you cannot tell me that you're the hottest artist in town, but I cannot find you on Spotify, Apple Music. Like I've had people reach out to me and they said, oh yeah, I'm like the next big thing. Where's your music?
Facts.
Where's your? I'm not really trying to be mean, but I've had artists on this show that push their music on streaming platforms.
Well, see, and that was one of the things that I tried to do when I started the business was I wasn't playing your music from SoundCloud.
Right.
If it's not on Apple Music or you don't have a visual YouTube video, not just a standstill picture with your audio in the background.
Yeah.
I want something that people can look at,
I
like
want quality.
a music video.
I want quality.
Exactly.
I put out quality for you, and I expect the same in return.
So I tried to push these local artists to do better for themselves. Like to bet. I don't want you to stand in one spot.
I got you.
And it's like a broken record.
No,
I mean,
I know what you mean.
You can't make these. People
you know what the
anything.
problem is, Ryan? Everybody wants everything handed to them.
True.
Nobody wants to put the work in for anything.
For
and it's like Judge Judy says, who I love fucking Judge Judy. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just had this conversation with one of my sponsors the other day. And so for me, I am not gonna, like the purpose of this show was not to put you on, it was to push you forward.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like in radio, I couldn't just give you free publicity. This is my podcast. I can do that if I want to. But don't come at me in my inbox and tell me you're the best videographer, you're the best musician, this and that. I can't find you anywhere.
Yeah.
I cannot find you anywhere. You know what I mean? And I'm not being mean, but I hope that you do push yourself, not you specifically, but the people that don't want to put in the work. Well, you just have to.
Like, you also get these people that they don't recognize other people's achievements.
Yeah.
You look at what's going on in the Waco community right now. We got a guy named Aria, and his song is on 2K21.
Oh wow.
NBA 2K21.
Yeah.
But nobody's
talking about
nobody
him.
in Waco's mentioned that.
Did he get nominated for a Waco Award?
No, he's not. He wasn't mentioned. Nothing. But that's what I'm saying.
Darling.
He's got on one of the biggest games. Ever.
That's huge.
Because that's one is the Mamba Forever collection.
Uh-huh.
So right now it's the top rated, highest selling 2K game that's ever been made.
Right.
And his song's on there.
His song's yeah.
But that's not talked about. You know what I mean?
We talked about that. My very, very first guest, Timo, the rapper, Terrence Moore, who I love. His song was on Mortal Kombat, and it took Mortal Kombat's like one of the biggest games. Yeah, okay, because I love Mortal Kombat. And so he told me that. Well, I saw him put on Facebook. It's so crazy that I have one of my songs is on one of the most internationally successful games, and my own town is not backing me up.
Yeah.
And it took him to say that for finally somebody like do a news interview for him. You know what I mean? But I was just like, it's so sad. Like, I mean, thank God I don't feel like I've experienced that where people are like pushing my podcast to the shadows for the most part. But like them as artists, I can see that. Like why did Aria not get nominated for an award if his song's like on one of the biggest games awards?
Not even just nominated. Why wasn't he mentioned in anything?
Anything, yeah. Because I will say I've never heard of Aria.
And I've came in contact with him a few times. He's came through the store.
Yeah.
I don't know him on a personal level. We don't talk. We don't text. Nothing like that.
But he comes to your store.
So this is something that isn't a biased opinion for me. I don't know this dude on a personal level, but on a what have you done successful,
right?
Like, dude,
it's like what are you doing for me now situation.
You should have been up there,
right?
Because of your success and where you're at,
right?
I was told he just signed to somebody. I don't know if I can
I mean I don't know Aria, but that sounds great if he did. He's you gotta give me his contact number. Maybe we can give him a shot.
He's got a song actually with T-Pain.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
So do you think that, do you really think that people in town, I know we just had a whole conversation, but people in town might be slept on and overshadowed by lesser talent, for lack of a better term, or?
It's a popularity race.
Okay.
Honestly, that's how I feel about everybody, if you have a group of people behind you that say that you're the best, you're going to believe you're the best.
Right.
Regardless if your numbers show it or not.
Right.
But at the end of the day, this dude just got 100K on a video. Just because you got 100K doesn't mean that you're the best artist in town. You know what?
I think we talked about that at your store, did we not? Like I'll say it. Listen, I'm just gonna put it out there. This is just my opinion. Everybody else who does their thing, do your thing, okay? I because Timo talked about this on his Facebook one time, and I was naive to this. I did not know there was such thing as purchasing views and followers.
Yeah.
I didn't. Okay. Now, to me, I will say that the numbers that I've been producing on this show are all authentic, which I'm very grateful for. That just comes from my drive as somebody who worked in radio for 5 years. You know, I'm good with promotions. Not to toot my own horn here, but I know how to promote. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know how to grab people's attention. That was
as
just,
long as you have a social media presence, you can make anything.
Now, I do not have the biggest follow. I don't even think I got 1,000 followers on Instagram. Probably like 9 something. I do have over 1,700 followers for the Public Affair on Facebook. My videos have ranged between 400 to 1,300 views an episode.
Right.
Timo put on his Facebook like, y'all really out here purchasing views, some like, you know, whatever. And I was like, is that really a thing?
So the yes and no. So yes, you can purchase views, but literally it's just fake views.
But okay, so
and then you can also buy sponsored videos for YouTube. So it'll play your whole music video before a video starts.
Oh, okay.
And that's a view. And I believe you can skip it after 30 seconds.
Right.
But once it gets to 30 seconds, your view is already counted.
Well, I talked about this with Marcos Cordero, my Midway Nutrition sponsor. And for me, I'm just all about authenticity.
Yeah.
Now, I think if you want to go purchase 20,000 views on a music video or whatever, and you have 20 subscribers, to me, the number is just not weighing out for me.
If you're not getting a royalty check from either YouTube or your streaming platform, I don't understand why you're even paying to promote this video.
But
all these people.
My thing is too, like this. I would like, because I have some episodes that have more views than others, which is that's completely. I'm happy with fucking 300 views. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would rather have 300, 400, 250 real views on an episode of The Public Affair than purchase 20,000 views. And it doesn't like there's no engagement.
No, because what are you really gaining from
nothing
for a number?
And that's what I told my friend Marcos Cordero, who actually did an episode on this show. He was telling me about like the business side, like, oh well, like when they do that, and he's never done that. I mean, I pay for ads.
Right.
I do pay for ads, like like when if I post our picture, I'll pay like $25, $50 for an ad, so it can show up everywhere. But as far as the views go, as far as the engagement pushing to YouTube, that's all me.
Right.
And so it's like I said, don't piss on my leg and tell me that it's raining.
Yeah.
And for me, I am just not going to pay somebody to click on my video 20,000 because there's no engagement. It's not real engagement.
Well, and it's just like, so Fox 44, I've done some stuff with Fox 44.
Okay.
And they keep coming back and they want me to do promotion again.
Right.
And it's like, dude, at this point, I don't need anybody else's promotion. Like, I'm not needing to pay for this advertising because I had a following on my own personal Instagram account. So I've learned the marketing tools of Instagram.
Right.
Analytics, following all this stuff. I've learned all that.
Right.
Therefore, I've got where I'm at right now without the paid sponsorships of TV time or online
which
ads.
are expensive, right?
Yeah,
TV time, and my sponsors love me because I'm a cheap whore.
I actually did do a commercial with Fox 44.
Right.
Unfortunately, it played like a week and got cut short because the XFL got canceled.
Oh, wow.
So I have that little bit.
Right.
But other than that, I've never paid for sponsors.
But Ryan, what I'm saying is there's a difference between purchasing advertisement. Like,
for sure.
You could go pay to be on TV all day. Like that's business.
That's just what I was saying though. It goes back to if you have the social media presence and you know how to market yourself, you don't have to pay for all this extra stuff or pay for views or pay for the followers or anything like that because you can market it.
And then so for me, what I think about too is like I'm backed by local sponsors.
Yeah.
I don't want them to feel cheated out of, oh, why does your episode with Ryan Serrano have 20,000 views and not one person has called me?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like I had a few sponsors tell me this show has really, like, my business has picked up because we've been doing sponsorship on your show, which I'm really grateful for.
Well, and you also look at, okay, so let's say it gets 20,000 views.
Yeah.
But I gained 0 followers from
it doesn't make sense.
You didn't gain anything. I didn't gain anything.
Right.
But it shows we got 20,000 views.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't want anybody on this show not promoting authenticity. I'm not going to invite you on the show if I suspect or think you are purchasing. It's just that's not for me. Like, there's people who work really hard. Timo has gained his following 100%. Off of authenticity.
Yeah.
That's why he was the first guest on this show. You know what I mean?
Timo's a homie.
Out of talent, I love him.
Yeah,
Isn't he sweet?
homie.
He's so nice.
Yeah.
But
until the other day, he told me he hated me. But
okay.
that's another story.
But
He'll be all right.
you know what? He was able to gain all his followers and everything based off of authenticity and talent. Don't pee on my leg and tell me that it's raining.
Yeah.
I'm not here to promote that.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
sure,
and that's just my opinion. Now, if people do it, like if they think there's a business behind it, oh, well, my video gets rotation, that's cool. Once again, I'm in a position now where I'm also promoting other companies on all my episodes. So I don't want them to feel cheated. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to me. I don't want to feel cheated either. To pay somebody to sit up there and click on my video 30,000 times and there's no real engagement. People still don't know what the public affair is. That was just some guy in India just the whole time
on a whole bunch of different accounts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not fair to me. That's not fair to my sponsors, and I'm not here for it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, everybody who has followed the public affair and made all my videos super lit, and to all my sponsors that I'm backed by, thank you guys. You guys are the best.
Yeah, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you forgot that part.
Well, we say that at the end. Okay.
Well,
so
shameless plug early.
no, you're good. No, but yes, I'm very grateful to everybody who has supported this project. Again, all of my views, all of my engagement, that's all authentic, darling. I'm really happy. Yeah. So, and I'm backed by, thank you. And I'm backed by local sponsors. That's fucking lit.
Sure, yeah.
Like, I love all my sponsors that sponsor the public affair. They're so great. Okay. So we're about to wrap up here, but I just want to talk about, you just got nominated, speaking of, you got nominated for a Waco Award. And yes. I think by the time this show airs, I don't know if we're going to know. You'll probably know if you have won or not. I don't know when they're going to. I
don't know.
Okay. So what was that experience like for you? I know there's been like a lot of things talked about the awards ceremony and stuff, and to see that you finally got nominated or recognized, what was that like for you?
The recognition was cool because last year, I mean, we weren't even mentioned.
Okay.
And in all honesty, Entrepreneur of the Year last year. Shout out to Warren. He's who took that home last year.
Oh, okay.
But last year not even being mentioned in that, and the way everything came about, man.
Right.
I felt like I took the city by storm. You know, 'cause I didn't announce anything. I didn't announce I was opening the store or nothing. But the way the promotion went, I mean, I went from zero likes on Facebook to like 400 overnight.
Yeah.
So like, to not even be mentioned was like, dang, what am I doing wrong?
Did you feel like it was a slap in the face?
Yeah, kind of. And so last year I was like, oh, they're gonna recognize me this year. Okay. Like, I don't care what I got to do.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna mention me,
right?
Whether win or lose, like I'm gonna be mentioned.
Okay.
But then it felt good because I'm nominated for a Waco Award.
Yeah.
But I'm also nominated for an SEA Award too.
Oh, cool.
For Small Business of the Year.
Oh, what's the SEA Award? Is that more
Southern Entertainment Awards?
Oh, cool. Okay.
So it's like I don't want to say nationwide, but it's all like the southern states. So
got you.
It's
oh wow, that's a pretty big accolade. Yeah,
it's a lot bigger than just like a Waco Award.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
To be nominated for that was pretty cool. So that's 2 awards right now that we're competing in.
Well, by the time this episode knows, we don't know when they're gonna do the ceremony. It's right before Christmas while we're recording this.
I know the Waco Awards are done this Sunday, so the 21st.
Okay. So by the time this episode comes out, you will have known if you won or not. Okay. Yeah. So, but see, we were just talking about earlier about maybe people being overshadowed in town. Do you think that didn't rule out for you when you got nominated for this award, or do you think they were just like, oh,
we'll see come the outcome.
Okay.
But I think
we'll know by the time.
I think if you want to sit down and you want to put everybody that's on that list, what have they done? I think that it's one-sided.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at all the giveaways. We do giveaways every Saturday.
Yeah.
Store credit, $20 store credit. You come in, take a basketball shot. If you make it, it's $20 store credit.
Oh, wow.
That's every week.
Let me go in the store real quick.
Hey, we're heading there shortly.
Okay. So. Oh yeah. Oh shit. I forgot. You got
No. Hey, I told you I didn't tell them I was opening that early, so I can still open at 12 and be okay.
That's why we did it so early. Yeah. Okay, my bad.
But you know, I did store credit every week.
Yes.
I did the meet and greets. I've done 4 or 5 this year.
Yeah.
The championship belt that was, for the city. I as a matter of fact, I have $100 store credit going on right now for anybody that's ever purchased anything from the store. You could literally go and post a picture and just tag us on your story.
Right.
You get entered into $100 store credit, which by the time this airs, it'll be over. But I'm doing that for Christmas.
Oh, good.
Also, the week of Christmas, I'm doing a Supreme beanie giveaway where everybody that's ever entered in one of our raffles throughout the year, I'm entering them into a free raffle.
Oh, okay.
For free Supreme beanie.
Right.
Of course, I can say
you
it
got
now
a lot
because
going on, yeah.
Of course, I can say it now because they won't know.
Oh yeah,
They're not gonna, I'm actually picking one winner for the beanie, backdooring and picking a second winner for a $50 store credit.
Oh, cool.
So that's 2 big giveaways.
Yeah, definitely.
Right before Christmas that I'm losing over $200.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
right. But that's a good way to build engagement. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, you have to spend money to make money.
And that's why, I'm more for the community. It's not just about the dollar. It's not about how much money I can pull in or how much money I can make. Of course, that's everybody's goal.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm not greedy. I love giving back to the city. I love giving back to the community. I love being a place where people can come and just hang out.
Yeah, definitely.
We did Madden in the store for a couple Saturdays. Like,
oh, really?
We just had a PS4, and anybody that wanted to come in and play Madden could just come and play Madden. Like, they didn't have to buy anything. So like, that was, just different things that we've done for the store.
Yeah.
And for the city. Like, when you go down and break it down, I mean,
I got you.
How many other people are offering free legit checks on shoes?
You're right.
Doing all this other stuff. So.
Well, but again, we'll know the outcome. But best of luck to you in that award.
Thank you.
So, and shout out to everybody who got nominated.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Skeleton Curiosities, because they're on there too.
Oh, they are. I did the Necroelectric podcast. Yeah.
Skeleton Curiosities, man, they're great people.
They're really nice. They were very nice.
I would not be mad if I lost to them. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, they're really different. They were really cool.
They're really different, but they're another one that they do a lot for the city too.
Oh, I got you. Okay, cool. So Ryan, before we wrap up here, what's next for you in Hype Waco? So basically, I would assume that your whole life is wrapped around that company.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, for sure. What's next? We'll see what 2020 brings. I got a list of people.
2021.
2021. Forgetting about 2020.
Okay, right.
It's been terrible, but hopefully everything opens back up. I want to do a lot more meet and greets. I have a list of people that I want to bring down. I have a list of people that I've already talked to.
Okay.
It's just due to the COVID stuff. They're not wanting to travel or not wanting to come down. But yeah, we're going to continue just to do the free meet and greets. Hopefully get bigger.
Yeah.
I got a 3-year plan. 3 years, I want to be out of the building I'm in right now.
Okay.
And into a bigger building, which we have a lot of plans for that one.
Oh, cool. I can't wait.
It won't just be myself.
Yeah.
It'll be a whole Hype Waco branch, but it'll literally be your one-stop shop.
I'm going to be invited to the party though, right?
For sure.
Yeah, okay.
For sure.
But if I'm there drunk, then just mind your business. I promise I'm not going to fight with nobody. If somebody's hot, then I'm going to try to sleep with them. I'm not going to lie.
Well, that's between y'all.
Yeah, keep it between us. Well, Ryan, I'm very proud of you and all your success with Hype Waco. And thank you so much for taking the time to come in early and come onto the public affair. I really appreciate it. Before we wrap up this episode, I definitely want to give a shout out to a couple more of our sponsors of the public affair. I want to, this episode is also brought to you by Elite Barbershop with Sid Rodriguez. He's also got Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, and Santos Cordova over there, making you look all cute and whatever. You can download the Cut app to book your appointment or call the number on the screen. That's where I go get my haircut. We're trying different things, but I'm so difficult to work with when it comes to my hair. So big shout out to Sid Rodriguez with Elite Barbershop on Hewitt Drive for sponsoring the public affair. Also to Soko Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez. They're located on Franklin Drive. They offer team, small group, and individual skill training. They also have open play every Friday night. They specialize in soccer training with pros like George De Leon, and they also have fitness training with Dominic Gutierrez and Isaac and London Carrillo. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring the Public Affairs Soko Soccer Academy. To everybody who tunes into this podcast, you guys are so great. Thank you all so much. We're going to take 2021 by storm. Another shout out to Ryan Serrano at Hype Waco for coming in. Oh, wait, can we, where's the store located? We did not say that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we haven't said that. So,
go ahead.
Hype Waco is located at 715 Lake Air Drive. Waco, Texas 76710.
Yes.
Monday through Friday, we're open 1 to 7.
Okay.
Saturday, 12 to 8. Sunday, 12 to 6. We are closed on Wednesdays. Please don't show up. Stop calling my phone on Wednesdays. We are closed on Wednesdays.
Yes, Wednesday's the personal day. Make sure you guys go check out Hype Waco for all your vintage clothing and apparel, correct?
Correct.
And more.
Yeah.
Thank you again for coming.
For sure, I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. It was fun.
Yeah, definitely fun.
Take that Pepsi home. You don't drink soda.
Yeah.
To everybody who supports The Public Affair, thank you all so much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Public Affair. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram at The Public Affair. And don't forget, darling, to always keep it between us.
Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.